Since the beginning of this year, a series of disputes between the Philippines and China over the South China Sea have made the relationship between the two countries increasingly tense. This series of frictions not only led to China's reduction of 300,000 tons of Philippine banana imports, but also prompted China to withdraw its investment in the Philippines, which in turn affected several railway cooperation projects originally planned by the two sides. These projects were originally expected to be funded by China, but as the cooperation broke down, the Philippines had to give up and began to look for new partners around the world to fill this gap. Against this background, the Philippines put forward a shocking idea in the trilateral talks with the United States and Japan in April this year. It hoped that the two countries could take over these railway projects with a total value of up to $800 million. Although this proposal is very beautiful, many experts question whether this change will lead to the failure of the project. So, how important is this railway project to the Philippines? And are the United States and Japan really capable of completing the construction of this railway? In 2021, in order to promote the economic development of the Philippines, President Duterte proposed a grand railway plan, the Luzon Economic Corridor. The total investment of this project is as high as $5 billion, and it mainly builds three railway lines: the Subic-Clark Railway, the Philippine National Railway South Line Long-Distance Railway, and the Davao-Digos section of the railway on Mindanao Island. Among them, the Subic-Clark Railway is located in central Luzon Island, with a total length of 71 kilometers and an estimated cost of $800 million. It closely connects the Subic Bay Freeport Zone and Clark International Airport, and seamlessly connects with the Philippines' Northern Railway system. The Philippine National Railway South Line is about 380 kilometers long, starting from Calamba City in Laguna Province, crossing Albay Province, and finally arriving in Daraga City. This railway spans two regions, 4 provinces, and covers 39 cities, which can shorten the original long 12-hour journey to only 4 hours. The most eye-catching is the Mindanao Railway with a total length of 1,532 kilometers. This railway will connect important areas such as Davao Province and General Santos City, of which the Tagum-Davao-Digos section of the first phase is 102 kilometers long. It can be foreseen that once the Luzon Economic Corridor Railway project is completed, the Philippines' infrastructure level will usher in an unprecedented improvement. As of now, China's railway operating mileage is nearly 160,000 kilometers, of which high-speed railway accounts for 45,000 kilometers. In 2023, China's railway not only created a miracle of transportation efficiency with 3.68 billion passengers, but also witnessed more than 20 million passengers on the busiest day, and the operating income was as high as about $170 billion. When it comes to speed, China's high-speed railway has become one of the fastest railway systems in the world with its general speed of 300 to 350 kilometers per hour. In order to smoothly build the railway, the then-President Duterte chose to cooperate with China. In January 2022, the Philippine Ministry of Transportation joined hands with 3 Chinese railway giants to jointly establish a joint venture and signed a contract with a total investment of about $5 billion. According to this agreement, China will provide loans to the Philippines to support the construction of these railway projects. Just when the Filipino people were full of expectations and thought they were about to get on the fast track of China's infrastructure construction, a few months later, the Philippines suddenly announced that it had given up railway cooperation with China. So, what is going on? All these changes began in June 2022, when President Duterte stepped down. After Marcos took office, the influence of the United States in Philippine politics became more and more significant, and the road of friendly cooperation between the Philippines and China seemed to be gradually going away. In 2023, the Philippine government repeatedly sent ships to enter the South China Sea without China's permission to deliver building materials to an abandoned warship. This move undoubtedly touched sensitive nerves and was resolutely blocked by the Chinese Coast Guard. Immediately afterwards, the frequent intrusions of Philippine ships made the situation in the South China Sea even more tense. The changes in geopolitics made Beijing's response silent when the Philippines applied for a new railway project loan. For the Philippines, in the past cooperation, the railway projects undertaken by China have been moving forward steadily, among which the long-distance railway project on the Southern Line is particularly prominent. However, with the sudden interruption of cooperation, the Philippines is facing unprecedented difficulties, and these key infrastructure projects seem to have stagnated overnight. Faced with this predicament, President Marcos tried to turn the tide. He instructed the Ministry of Transportation to renegotiate with China, hoping to reach a new consensus on the railway project loan agreement signed during the Duterte era. However, the South China Sea dispute is like an insurmountable chasm, making the road of cooperation between China and the Philippines full of thorns. In the end, China's refusal once again cast a shadow on the Philippines' railway dream. Considering that the three railway projects are crucial to the Philippines' economic development, the Philippines has been actively seeking international partners. But the complex terrain and mountain challenges have repeatedly frustrated the Philippines in its search for international partners. It was not until April 2024 that the meeting between the leaders of the Philippines, the United States and Japan brought a glimmer of new hope to the railway project. At this meeting, the Philippines expressed its hope that the United States and Japan would jointly invest $800 million to help it build the Subic-Clark Railway in the Luzon Economic Corridor Plan. Subsequently, the three countries acted quickly and established the Luzon Economic Corridor Steering Committee on May 20, aiming to accelerate investment and coordination in this and other key infrastructure projects, including the Port Modernization Plan. But before the railway was built, some Western engineers expressed concerns about it, and even described the Philippines' choice as stupid. Why do you say that? This is because some cases of Japan's infrastructure project management are indeed worrying. Take the high-speed rail project from Mumbai to Ahmedabad in India as an example. The project cost as much as $15 billion, but it took more than 7 years to complete only more than 10 kilometers, and even faced the risk of being shelved. In addition to India, the high-speed rail project jointly undertaken by Vietnam and Japan has also fallen into trouble and has not been completed for many years. The railway situation in the United States is also worrying. Although the United States once had the most advanced railway system in the world, it is now facing a series of problems such as declining passenger service quality, frequent train delays, slow running speed and outdated facilities. According to statistics, nearly 13,000 trains were delayed nationwide, and more than half of them were delayed for more than 30 minutes. This not only seriously affected the travel experience of passengers, but also had a significant impact on logistics and transportation. In this context, whether the United States can really help the Philippines build railways and control costs has become a big question mark.